Hi everyone, my name is Yuan Gao. Today I'm going to present the literature matrix problem of practice presentation. A problem of practice refers a specific instructional challenge that the school or district identifies or aims to improve. It's crucial because it identifies a specific actionable issue in a particular educational setting, which, when addressed, can lead to significant improvements in education practice. It allows educators to translate complex educational challenges into concrete area where progress can be measured effectively when interventions are implemented. The problem practice I work on is implementing formative assessment effectively to improve students' outcomes. Formative assessment is crucial because it's a learning tool that guides instruction and enhance student understanding. Using formative assessment, teacher can immediately determine each student understanding during assessment activity with the whole class. By regular assessment student progress during the learning process, teacher can identify areas where students struggle, adjust their teaching strategies, and provide timely feedback. This helps students better understand the material and improve their overall learning outcomes. Teachers must know how to implement diverse types of formative assessment to capture a comprehensive understanding of students' learning across different modalities. This presentation discusses various findings regarding implementing formative assessment effectively to improve student outcomes. Those findings focus on four aspects: the effects of formative assessment on student autonomy, motivation, and self-regulation, the impact of formative assessment on student achievement, effective ways to implement formative assessment, and the design principle teachers can follow formative assessment plans. Let's move to this presentation. First topic, formative assessment effects on students' autonomy, motivation, and self-regulation. Probably using a formative assessment strategies can enhance students' autonomy, motivation, and self-regulation. Greenberg et al. Suggests that the formative assessment practice greatly affect students' perceived autonomy and self-efficacy. Linkett et al. States that using formative assessment is beneficial for student motivation, and the teachers who use formative strategies have more autonomously motivate students in their classroom. Olsen and Kinkel found that formative assessment significantly improve students' attitudes towards the class and increase their self-regulation skills. While Maskell and Michael point out that using quality formative assessment positively affect the student's perception of self-regulated learning. Goodales found that dynamic assessment instruction effectively raise the EFL learners' motivation and managing their speaking anxiety. Moho and Taraji found that formative assessment is closely linked with promoting student intrinsic motivation. It helps them explore their capabilities and steady strengths for crucial complements for motive to learn. Based on the above findings, formative assessment can significantly improve student motivation, autonomy, and self-regulation. Numerous studies have found that formative assessment can positively impact student achievement. Gardner's suggests that online dynamic assessment promotes EFL learners' sense of achievement. Xuan Chen and Song found that formative assessment make a positive and modest difference in enhancing student reading and achievement in diverse settings. We all know that using a formative assessment probably can improve student outcomes. How should they be used, and what types of formative assessment are more effective, as both Strom and Plum suggest? It's not a general approach to formative assessment in itself that is a decisive or factor in whether the practice will affect student achievement. Instead, they're indicating that way the approach is implemented is more essential to learning. Teachers must know critical approaches to implement formative assessment. A variety of studies answer this question. First, self-assessment is a powerful tool within formative assessment. According to Xuan, Chen, and Song, self-assessment is an effective alternative for reading teachers to implement formative assessment in CHC classroom. While Masco and Michael found that self-assessment is motivating and helpful for self-regulation of learning. Moho and Tereja found that self-assessment helps students understand their strengths and weaknesses, and students for portfolios as self-assessment method. Second, peer assessment is advantageous. According to what Masco and Michael, peer assessment is a valuable activity that contributes to implicit motivation, competition, and self-regulation in learning. Moho and Tereja suggest that peer assessment helps students gain trust in their skill and understand what they have not understood, because students analyze themselves and their friends at the same time. Third, integrating students and teachers in formative assessment is necessary. According to Shen Chen and Song, this approach is more effective than teacher or student direct assessment in enhancing student reading achievement. Fourth, teachers should pay attention to differentiate instruction. While implementing formative assessment, Xuan Chen and Song found that differentiated instruction during or after formative assessment can positively affect the reading achievement for K-12 students. While teachers plan formative assessment, they should follow certain design principles. Then Dunstan et al. Outline 8 prototype design principles. First, use a set of learning objectives and learning plans as a starting point to choose the formative assessment activities that match and the learning objectives that you are aiming for and the decision you want to make. 3, plan formative assessment activities equally divided over time and in a way that they can build on from each other. 4, choose formative assessment activities that provide rich information about student learning and the necessary next step in education and the learning. Fifth, plan time, space, and opportunities for students to improve their learning based on the outcomes of formative assessment and activity. Leave room for moments of contingency in formative assessment and lesson plans. Align a formative assessment plan with other formative assessment activities occur before, parallel, and after this plan. 8, the plan must be transparent and visible to all stakeholders. The most important lesson I learned from the literature review of implementing formative assessment to improve student outcomes is that I should incorporate evidence-based practices in teaching. The following can be done so that I can more effectively using formative assessment to improve the outcomes of my students. Implementing self-assessment for students so that they can reflect on their own performance, skills, knowledge, and progress against learning goals. Assign student portfolio projects to enable students to demonstrate their learning skill and growth over time, fostering self-reflection and mentor cognition. Implement peer assessment to improve student engagement, deepen their understanding of course material, enhance their critical thinking skills, and develop feedback skills. Follow the 8 design principles for formative assessment plans online by Dunstan et al. Education research is crucial to teaching because it provides evidence-based insights and practical solutions to improve teaching practice, ultimately contribute to better student learning outcomes. In my daily teaching, I utilize a lot of research funding to inform my teaching practice. I have read a lot of research funding on how to improve the academic performance of students with ADHD. Some classroom-based behavioral interventions have been proven effective in improving the school performance of my students. While applying research-based strategies into their teaching method, I also try to contribute to research myself to conduct small-scale studies in my classroom. By now, I have conducted 2 small-scale studies with my grade 2 students. One study is about the use of alternative assessment to improve student engagement. Based on my observation of student performance in class, my interview with students and the scores they receiving alternative assessment, I found that alternative assessment can significantly improve student engagement by catering to different learning style and interests, allowing students to apply what they learn in real life to practical situation and promoting collaborative and active learning among my students. That's all. Thank you.